Canton Ballet has been my home, my second home, it feels like my entire life. I mean, coming in at 8 years old, and the amount of time I've spent away from Canton Ballet doesn't compare to the amount of time I've spent here at Canton Ballet. And so I wouldn't be the same person without my time here and all the things that I've experienced and eventually learned, and now I want to just give it all back. And it's so important to me to continue the legacy.
It's a jewel. There's not a lot of communities across Ohio that have a ballet like Canton Ballet. And as I said, a lot of these young children come to the ballet and fall in love and really dedicate significant hours to practicing so that they can perform at a high level.
We really work to instill in these dancers a sense of purpose, self-determination. They're all self-starters. They're responsible. They're honest. They have ethics, so we hope they have integrity.
Tenacity, stick-to-itiveness, don't quit. Even when it seems like maybe that's what you should do, or things are just kind of not going well for you, you keep going. And if it's something you really want to do, you just keep going.
The strength, the resilience, the discipline, and the focus. It's so, it stays with you forever. You have the motivation and discipline, and grit is one way they put it. But there's so much work, blood, sweat, and tears that goes on behind the scenes. And then you get out on stage or you get in front of people and you're supposed to make it look effortless and easy and just flow. And it does, it happens. But there's that background, that foundation that's laid.
It's a very large part of my childhood into my young adult life. I spent most of my free time here. So most kids who, go to high school or middle school, they have extracurricular activities. Well, this was mine, but I think it bodes well and shows, what Canton is truly about, and that people do crave the arts and they need the arts, and it brings the community together, and it raises good kids.
The Canton Ballet is the community. And then there are all of the family members who are members of the company, and their siblings and the parents and the grandparents.
I mean, I know, coming from being a student and being a parent and then now being the director, how much time the kids spend here ultimately. And the idea is to make it so that they want to be here. And so it's really important that we are nurturing not just their dancing, but also their minds and their hearts, and making them feel cared about. And we do care about them. We're like a family. So
it's so hard for kids these days to find something where they feel valued, where they can make a difference, where they can be seen. And so to find an organization, an activity, an outlet for young kids, boys and girls, to use their bodies, their minds, and to focus and develop a discipline like this. I mean, parents would be amazed at the benefits that come out of dance generally.
Canton Ballet is a unique place. It's like a community. It's like a family. It's like all of the things, the family component, the community, the relationships, that you have with your friends, the relationships you maintain post-graduation, the cultural richness, the cultural vibrancy, the exposure, You get the educational component. Like, it's really, really, it's like a kaleidoscope of colors, how I think I would describe it.
I'd like to think of Canton Ballet is part of the fabric of Canton, but it becomes the fabric of you as well. It does, it does become ingrained and embedded in you and will always be with you.
A labor of love is a good expression because the community of the Canton Ballet, certainly the company, the Wilkins, everybody involved, certainly Jane Fawcett, who was one of the founders, who was still very involved, and individuals like Jeannie Cohen, and there were just so many extraordinary people that devoted their lives to the Canton Ballet, and it was infectious.
The arts are a way for you to come together as a community. It's a way for you to experience culture. And I think that with the Canton Ballet, you know, it gives you a live performance way of seeing fine art.
That I really see dance, not really just ballet, but dance in general, as a really special art form that can kind of build a bridge between an artist and the observer and enter a space that's kind of suspended from our everyday world. I feel like this shared space is becoming more and more valuable and more powerful. So I think dance and ballet has a really unique possibility to connect people and to transform.
So arts strengthen and sustain great communities, and that's how I always talk about it. We are a fabric of the community. There is art everywhere, all around us. We encounter it every day. Whether it's music, architecture, visual art, doesn't matter. It's a fabric of the community. It's there for educational purposes. It's there for enjoyment. It's there to enrich the region.
I think it's a very exciting and beautiful thing that a city of this size has, first of all, such a beautiful arts center, and that it's still maintaining a company. I hope that, I think the arts and ballet have the opportunity to, even if someone's not going on to be a professional in terms of training, it can really provide so much education and experience and confidence. So just from the side of the students, I think it's just an invaluable gift to be able to train in this. But then in the side from the city coming and watching and observing, that's such an important thing.
Canton Ballet provides an excellent medium for dance instruction for all ages. And that has been a cornerstone of Canton for 60 years. The Art Museum does the same. The Art Museum has provided not only a museum center for Canton and our region, but also a school of art that educates all ages. So we're making an impact on multiple levels. And I think that is attributable to longevity for organizations because the community then supports organizations.
That the community support that we enjoyed during my time was so wonderful. Having this beautiful facility that we are in now, and it enabled me to be free to do a lot of the things that maybe a smaller organization would not be able to do. I brought in a lot of international guest artist type people to work with the kids so that they were exposed. We traveled to Europe 5 times with the dancers, and they performed all around Europe. So we did a lot of things, and much of that is due to the strong community support.
The one thing that is special here, and I've traveled the country, there isn't a structure put in place as the Canton Ballet is, along with the Arts and Stark and that umbrella organization that covers the other arts organizations also. You don't see that in a lot of smaller towns such as this. It's a rarity. It's quite unique. And I think in that respect, the show of support, both in a number of things, the attendance to performances, the school enrollment, the financial support, be that individual or business, I think all of that is very special and hard to come by.
The Timken Foundation was part of the plan for the Cultural Center, donated the money to build this wonderful facility, which houses the Canton Ballet. It's an amazing part of Canton's history and Stark County's history.
As head of my family's foundation, we support a lot of artistic endeavors in Canton, and I think it's key for economic development. I think it's key for life vitality. I think it's key for a thriving city to have a strong arts program.
I think it's incredibly important. We have great artists, great interests in all facets of culture, whether it's the Canton Museum of Art or the Canton Ballet. People want to have a reason to come downtown. They want to be entertained, and not just music, but with ballet and dance. And to support the Canton Ballet is incredibly important. And as you've seen, it has lasted over 60 years because of the community's support for the ballet.
It's mind-boggling that it's been around for 60 years because I guess it shows the vision of the leaders of Canton at the time, and there was enough support to start a school and keep it going and make it part of the community's identity. It's not just like another dance studio, it represents Canton.